Welcome back to our channel. Today, our team rescues a young turtle that has been planted in the turtles, facing a quiet but powerful story. It does not begin with fanfare or urgency, but with too deep silence, it is almost unnoticed. Nestled in a shallow corner of the murky waters, disguised by time and silence, place a tiny creature with just two outstretched palms. At first glance, it seems to be just another stone, half sunk and forgotten. But a slight, almost unrecognizable movement caught the eye of our team. And that's when things changed. It's a baby turtle. Small, fragile, and almost impossible to move. Its crust, once potentially vivid and smooth, is now hidden beneath an armor of invasive barnacles and dense algae. The development has spread over its entire dorsal surface, creating a grotesque mosaic of green and gray. What should have been a protective shell became a prison formed due to neglect, pollution, and circumstances. We gently lift it out of shallow water, and with every inch we feel the weight of its suffering. This baby is not just sick, it was choking. The barnacles dug deep into its tiny shell, boring down the bones in some places. Thick algae strands hang on flippers and neck like seaweed curtains. Swing even if the turtle is still too weak to resist. Its eyes are barely open, blurred by exhaustion and covered in film. It's not flinching. It's not fighting. It just breathes, slowly, painfully capturing the last threads of life. Barnacles, for many, seem harmless. Small, static crustaceans are often found clinging to rocks, harbors, or hulls. But when they cling to turtles, especially babies, they don't just become hitchhikers. They become invaders. They puncture the shell, dig with sharp plates, and create open wounds that cause infection. For a baby turtle, each cage is a heavy, painful burden. Multiply that number by tens, even hundreds, and the weight becomes unbearable. And algae, although superficially soft, form rugs that paralyze the turtle's ability to regulate temperature. They retain moisture, reduce oxygen flow to the skin, and serve as a refuge for more parasites. When left unchecked, they become a rotting shroud, slowly pulling the turtle downwards. We put the baby in immediately. Obviously, this will be a slow and delicate process. Its small frame cannot tolerate active cleaning. Each move must be calculated, each time touching a whisper of hope. We start by giving it warmth. Put it in clean, temperate water with electrolytes and nutrients. Then we start the task of careful evaluation. The barnacles are concentrated along the slopes of the shell, concentrated in plaques near the spine and at the edges. Some recent attachments soft, more prone to dislodging, but others have been there for months, calcified into shells. Using specialized tools, we begin to remove them one by one. For each of us pulling away, we find rough, discolored skin below. Some wounds have fester. Others bleed gently when the pressure is reduced. The baby turtle does not fight. It has no power to protest. It is simply lying still. Its breath is slow but persistent. Removing algae is more gentle but also time-consuming. We use soft brushes, warm brine, and gauze to peel off the green layers. Beneath the dirt and growth, the real color of the baby turtle begins to appear. Beautiful patterns are formed in gentle lines, like stories carved into the shell of nature itself. The patterns have been hidden for so long that even the turtle forgot what it means to be clean, gentle. For the next few days, we continue this process. Treat the wound with antiseptics, monitor hydration, slowly introduce food. We watched, we waited, we hoped. Every small improvement feels like a miracle. Blinking, slow movements of the flipper, sipping lettuce, the first full breath is carried out without effort. But the damage caused by barnacles and algae is not just deep skin. They consumed the energy of this baby, deprived him of natural defenses, and threatened his development. In such a young turtle, even small wounds can lead to systemic problems. That's why time is everything. Attention is everything. Love even more. We often think about how it came to this. How a baby turtle, just beginning its journey, has been crossed so. Perhaps it was born in polluted waters. Perhaps its mother laid eggs near human debris or toxic flows. Perhaps it hatched late, and by the time it got into the water, its chances of thriving were slipping away. Weak turtles attract barnacles quickly. In water filled with chemicals and bacteria, the turtle's immune system cannot keep up. And just like that, a life is over before it starts, unless someone notices it, unless someone cares. That's the painful truth. Most were never rescued. Most go unnoticed, buried under algae, crushed under the weight of shells that they can no longer carry. But each of them is important. Why do we save turtles? Why put so much effort into a small, troubled life? Because these little creatures are threads in a vast, interconnected network of life. They keep the ecosystem balanced. They feed on algae and aquatic vegetation, keeping the waterway open. They help maintain the health of the riverbed and the shore of the lake. Their existence supports birds, fish, and countless other species. But in addition to their ecological importance, turtles represent something larger. They represent resilience. Fragile, the fight for survival in a world often does not stop to notice. Saving a baby turtle is not just about preserving the species. It is about remembering our role as the guardian of a natural world. It's about choosing compassion when apathy is easier. We live in a time of rampant pollution, where once clear water is now clogged with plastics, chemicals, and waste. Every bottle thrown, every chemical spilled contributes to suffering like this. And it's not just turtles. It's frogs, fish, birds, even humans. The chain reaction is real, and the consequences have opened up. So what can we do? We can clean our waters, remove garbage from rivers and lakes. We can reduce the use of plastics, stop industries that support pollution, and educate others about the impact of human activity on fragile wildlife. We can support rescue centers and conservation efforts, volunteering, and donations. We can teach our children to care for not only for animals, but also for invisible connections between all life. And when we see a turtle, especially one struggling underneath the cage and algae, we can choose to help. Today, this baby turtle is still healing. It has not yet escaped danger, but it has a chance now. It has a future, and it knows through every warm bath, every soft brush, every gentle hand, that it's not alone. And so do we, because in saving it, we are saving something in ourselves. A reminder that kindness matters, that every life has value, that hope can be small, fragile, and green, but it still deserves to breathe, swim, live. Let this story be more than just a rescue. Let it be a call to action. Let it be a promise that we will do better, that we will see the stones in the water and check to make sure that they are not turtles waiting for help, that we will carry not only tools, but compassion, and that we will lift the weight barnacle by barnacle, algae by algal fiber until all creatures can move freely again. Because sometimes saving a small turtle means saving the world, one shell at a time.